Morrison from Upfront and Personal, and today we're just going to go into something not completely different actually, that would be a lie, because there's a lot of overlap in everything we do with regards to not just food, not just nutrition, not just training, but actually the way you feel. And that we often forget about that in the way that we think, oh, I have no willpower, I can't do this, I need to change this. But actually, when we do more stuff for us that makes us feel better, we tend to have more energy, we tend to have more motivation, etc. So, before I go into that in any more detail, Billy, if you just introduce yourself and just let people know what you do.
Okay, I'm Billy Morrison and I am an independent bra fitter. So I take the hassle out of your bra fitting and make it fun. So you don't have to go to a cold changing room and try on 20 bras and get hot and bothered in the changing room and think your car park money's running out. You can come to me, to my bra drawer, and just chill out with a cup of tea and have fun trying on lots of different bras and finding the right one for you and your body.
Obviously, I've never done that before or had that impact, but as you remind me of too often that
You will one day, because you have 2 daughters.
True, yeah. So, obviously, like, from a exercise point of view and also from a confidence point of view, etc., why do people need to even worry about that? Because obviously this is something that I've never had to really think about.
No.
So,
well, half the population needs to think about it, because apparently 80% of women aren't wearing a bra that fits them properly. So it isn't supporting their breast tissue and causing postural problems and also giving them pain in their neck and shoulders from not having a good bra that really supports, which is even more important when we're doing our high knees with you in fitness, because sometimes I'm not wearing the right one myself and I have to hold on, otherwise it's not comfy.
Yeah, so like is that an issue for people? Like, what can it do for people in terms of, like, so a good bra? What's the difference between someone exercising with a good bra and without, in terms of like posture and?
Well, a lot of people get put off doing any exercise because they can't find a good sports bra to fit them. Right. So they will put it off because it's a confidence problem, and you feel embarrassed about having to go and ask about bras because you think they might be big and people will judge you. But the bigger cup you have, the more important it is to wear a really good supportive bra, because your boobs keep moving more than you do when you do active, higher impact, say, exercise. But even squatting, you're going to be putting your breasts under pressure because they don't have muscles in them, so they're not going to get nice and firm from doing exercises. They have muscles underneath them and they have ligaments that hold them up here. So if those ligaments start getting pressured and stretched, you can't really mend them. And so it will cause you pain if you aren't wearing good sports bra. I have got one here, actually. Look at that.
Right. So what would be the difference if someone wanted to know almost like the difference between like what to look for if they would say they were going to start an exercise session, but they haven't exercised in years and they maybe haven't even thought about it, etc. What should someone look for?
Well, I did a very interesting course at Portsmouth University, and they've got a whole department for research on bras and breast health, and they test drive bras for sports bra companies, like the big main ones, and they get models to run with bras and without, and they measure and model and things, the movements. So what they said was really important, that it should fit nicely around the smallest part of your rib cage. It needs to have your 2 places for the boobs to go, not just one big lump. So you have 2 smaller pieces moving rather than one big piece moving.
Okay.
It's getting that. You can have wire, you don't have to, either is fine, but they need to be well filled. The cups need to be well filled, because if they're not, you'll flap about inside. And also a nice high piece at the top to hold you down. keep you flat, keep you not moving. So try different bras and jump up and down in the changing room and see how much you move, and adjust the shoulder straps, and just, well, come and see me. It's easier. But you can. It's just very important to get a really good fit, so it feels really firm and that you're not going anywhere. And I have the one I've chosen goes up to a 44G, which is from a 30D to a 44G. So it covers a lot of sizes, which is often important. A lot of them only do up to a sort of 38.
Yeah, because obviously, like, some of the ladies who start exercising maybe haven't exercised for years, like, don't even know, because obviously this is something I wouldn't advise on, but someone will ask me, what should I wear? And obviously I'll just say anything comfy, sports, it's not like, Lycra or anything like that. You could literally, some of the ladies come straight from work sometimes and they've gone, damn it, I've forgotten my clothes, I'll just see what I can do in this. And as providing you can always take your shoes off, so you can always do something. But yeah, so it's good to know, like, for them to have.
If you're jumping about even a little bit, there's going to be movement. If you're running for the bus, actually, you'll notice whether you've got a supportive bra on or not. It doesn't need to be a sports bra for that, but you need something that stops you moving about.
Okay, cool. So in terms of, like, say someone loses weight, how often should someone is it worthwhile reassessing that? Like, in terms of...
Well, if you're doing it gradually, you'll suddenly notice that your clothes will feel looser, but your bra will get looser too. But again, I've personally found if I've put on weight and then lost weight, it doesn't go on the same places each time in the same place. So, I mean, I think think you're a certain bra size, and then you lose weight or gain weight, and you think you'll go back to that size, but you won't. You probably never will. So you just need to keep monitoring it every few months. Just check the straps haven't extended. You might need to move you've got a band at the back which has hooks and eyes, and you might need to go into something tighter if you start losing weight. And then if you realise the cups are really baggy and you can't take it up on the strap, you need to change it then. Change down to a smaller size. And it is just as important as you get slimmer, or if you put on weight as well. Yeah. It's really uncomfortable to wear a bra that's just a bit small for sport. Yeah. Even though you want to be firmly fitted, it's not comfortable to be small. You want to be comfortable. Always important to be comfortable.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Cool. So what's the advantage, I guess, of just going out and trying to get a comfy bra versus getting someone else to help you find the right fit? And also, I guess the question really is, what can getting the right fit do to your posture, to your shape, like, etc.? Do you see differences, like, in people who have a well-fit one and not? But do people even know? It's a weird question, I guess, but do people even know they don't have the right fit?
No, a lot of women go, I probably am wearing the wrong one, the wrong size for me. And I'm thinking, but it's so low on every woman's list. And yet it can make such a difference. And it's such a foundation to our wardrobe. And I think not many women would go out all day in really uncomfy pants and then can't wait to get them off in the evening. But so many women go out and wear a really uncomfy bra all day, can't wait to take it off in the evening. You shouldn't feel your bra when it's on if it's a good fit and comfortable, because all the components of it should be fitting the right parts of your body, so that it's not that sort of, fiddling with your strap or feeling uncomfortable and constricted. It should just, when it fits. A lot of women have come to me, and then because we found them a bra that really fits, they go, I didn't realise how bad the old one was until I put one on that's right. And when you've got the weight being taken on the band rather than on the straps, the band's the right size, people stand with their shoulders back, they stand taller, their clothes fit the right place, fit their bodies better. And if you can lift your boobs just a little bit, it even gives the impression of having lost half a stone. So that's pretty exciting, because it shows off that top bit of your waist, and everyone goes, oh my God, I didn't realise I could look like that. And I've had so many ladies in the changing room just being almost brought to tears because they didn't realise how just putting on a bra that fitted them makes their bodies look so different.
Yeah.
And it can be such a boost to your confidence, especially when you're trying to do all the right things in fitness and food and everything else.
No, I get that. Because actually, given that most people are obsessed with weight, even if their body shape seems to be changing, maybe they feel a measurement change, if they don't maybe see it as much, they can then almost lose the like purpose, or like lose the why, the point of keeping going. And actually, it's like some of the things I say, like if have a non-food related goal, say, so it could be a massage or getting a fitting, whatever, like something where you go, you know what, if I stick to these habits, I'll get a fitting, go for a massage, whatever it is. It's like a non-food related thing that's going to make you feel better.
Yes.
And keep the ball rolling in
have
terms
a ripple effect.
Yeah.
And also, I mean, I've noticed it's taken me a while to find a really good sports bra for me to use as for fitting and to have for my customers. But I have another one that isn't so good, and it squishes me more. And the result is that my t-shirt then sticks on my tummy. If I wear a bra that fits properly at the top, it skims over my tummy, and that just makes me feel better all day. I know it's my internal critic judging me, but it is. And I'm aware, I think, there's my tummy. And if I'm wearing the right bra, I can't see it. So it just gives you that lift away from constantly negating yourself.
Yeah. Especially when you're trying to do a positive thing. It's fun, isn't it? Even if you're doing a positive thing, there's an element of you that's negative to yourself. It's fascinating. And anything you can do, like any small win you can do to make yourself feel better, to do something like exercise more often, that's going to be a huge, like we said, ripple effect in terms of health, in terms of how you feel, in terms of actually the whole point why you're doing it in the first place, which is, I guess, to look and feel better.
Yes, but if you can have fun and feel comfortable as you're doing it, it will help you continue that habit and do it more, which is what we all want.
Yeah, because I'm always... sorry, go on.
I'm really struck by how many women I see who think their bodies are not quite good enough, or they always comment on something about themselves negatively. But by the time they've had their fitting, they're usually standing really tall and giggling and wondering why they minded about themselves, because they just feel they're just like they've changed gear out of that mindset, that sort of groove of feeling generally rubbish about yourself and not having time for yourself. It's a real giving yourself an hour to go and just, something for you.
Yeah.
Which is a really important thing. And it's made me much more aware of how I judge my body.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting. I think, why are they thinking they're that fat or they're whatever they are? They're just beautiful. They're just a beautiful woman, and they've got they're perfect just as they are. Yeah. But we're so bad at being nice to ourselves.
Yeah, it's fascinating. It's the quote, it's done the other way though. Treat yourself how you treat other people. That's the saying.
Yes.
I almost find that more powerful than the other way is treat everyone else like you would want to be treated. But I think the other way is more powerful. So you treat yourself like you treat other people.
Yes, because you've got to be nice. It's like your oxygen mask. You've got to think of yourself first. And when you're in that lovely mindset, then everyone else will benefit from you being in the room. Whereas if you're feeling grumpy because you ate all those biscuits, it will ripple out in a grumpy way, won't it?
Yeah, it's funny because obviously a big part of something I say is self-care, doing one thing for you every day. And quite often some people go, I'll do that. But then something comes up, I've got to check on Tim, I've got to check on Jane, got to make sure they get there. And you do have to do that stuff, but it doesn't mean you have to do everything for yourself. But when you do one thing for you each day, like that just has that ripple effect, makes you feel better. You then are better to be around. You don't resent, like it sounds weird, but you can resent someone who you actually love just because you haven't taken care of you. So we almost blame them because now they want you at the time you actually organised. But because you didn't do what you wanted to do earlier, because maybe you thought, I'll just put a wash on. Or, I'll do these emails. I'll do that thing. It's interesting, but it goes back to the self-care thing of
it's a really important self-care thing. But women are interestingly very reluctant to look after getting a bra, and it's just strange because it's such a special woman thing. Yet we've all been, I think the way we've been taught by mums, I don't know, by example, that it's not something you have to sort of think about. You just buy the nearest one in the supermarket and be fine. Trying to get into the size you wear when you're 20, when you're 56 or something, and it's mad because you change shape as you get older. You know, we all change depending everything you go through in life. It changes your body, and all your hormones change your body shape, and yet we still don't give ourselves that care. It's that body care, it's that awareness and care about ourselves.
Yeah, I guess a lot of things are kind of cultural, aren't they, as well? Like, for example, no one used to have to go to a place to exercise because we just did it anyway. There was no awareness. Yeah, and now generally there's more of an issue with obviously weight than there was 20 years ago. Like, massively different, even in that, actually, which is quite scary.
Yeah.
Like, we have to do something different. So what I'm saying is things that we put our focus on changes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting. I guess, like shoes, right? I don't think anyone used to go on a running machine and get their foot tested to see what pair of shoes they have on. But now that's becoming quite a common thing. Like, in like running and stuff like that, people go on that treadmill and they say, right, you're slightly off there, you get that. And I guess it's only the same thing, isn't it? You wouldn't run a marathon.
Your posture and your health. If you're running badly onto one side, then you'll damage the other side trying to compensate and things, won't you?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, there was something else I was going to say, but it's gone out of my head.
Something else really interesting. Come on.
Yeah. But anything else at the moment? Anything else you want to add to that?
Well, just to tell, so that women know that it's not a terrifying experience.
Yeah.
And it's I'm doing, I'm promoting Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that it's a month. October's the month for breast cancer awareness. And I think you always say it takes a month to create a habit. And again, it's something us girls are quite bad at. In fact, boys need to do it too, because boys can get breast cancer. Just keep an eye, get to know what's normal for you, and keep an eye on yourself so that it's not something you wait to do in October. You just do it every month.
Yeah.
And just keep on top of what's normal for you. And if it stops being normal for you, then go and see the doctor straight away.
Yeah. Cool. That's weird you said that, because that's what you've been sharing on your Instagram. So that was one of the things I'm not sure if that was the thing I could remember, but I did forget to write that down, and that's what I was going to ask you. So what do they actually promote? What are the checks? If you were to run
this
is there like
lady,
a different one a day, or is there
well, there are nine things to look for. Okay. But there's a lady who set up this special card that she's got Lorraine on ITV to promote.
Okay,
and it's set up in changing rooms so that when you're in a changing room, it reminds you to check, because she's going through her last treatment for her breast cancer.
Okay,
she's been brilliant, and now she's got a bus that she's going around the country just aware of it all.
Yeah, because
we're so good again at not talking about it, but I think more women are better at talking about it now. You just have to know what's normal for you, and then if something's strange like pains or colour changes, rashes, swellings, lumps, it's not just your lump, it's all sorts of different bits and pieces that aren't right and normal. You just go straight to the doctor.
Cool. Perfect. Yeah, it's good to always bring attention to. Yeah, so where can people find more about you?
I have a website called Upfront Personal.co.uk, and I'm Instagramming and Facebook. And I come out. People can come to me, or I can go to them. And if they get 3 or more people together, I'll come and do a bra fitting party. Cool. And then it's fun. Again, it can make it fun. It's like a jolly evening, and you get peer support and you have a laugh, and most people loved it so far, so that's been brilliant.
Perfect.
Sorry about that.
That's not me.
To me, it
Cool.
never rings normally.
Yeah. Cool. Perfect. So thanks a lot for that.
It's not expensive. It's not terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm aiming for accessible and affordable bra fitting.
Yeah.
So it's not like 90 quid a bra. It's bras that we can actually afford, but will be good quality and do the job.
Yeah.
And you'll know when it fits. You'll really know.
Yeah.
Not you, but
yeah.
you.
You never know.
You might notice your calves going, oh, hang on, they are a little better.
Yeah, you never know. Yeah. So, cool. Thanks a lot for that. I'll
It's quite right.
any questions that I get from it, or if anyone says anything, I'll forward on, and then I'll put your Instagram and Facebook in the post. So if you're watching this, it should be above. If you're listening, if you go into the podcast, there should be a link in there to Upfront
You're
Personal.
so tech savvy.
Yeah. Hopefully, this might not even have recorded, so we're yet to see. I'm speaking with confidence there. Cool. Thanks a lot, Billy.
Thank you, Matt.
Thank
nice
you.
to talk to you.
You too.
Bye.
Bye-bye.